Hello?
Pa-audio lang po.
Hello?
Yan mo. Naka-on.
Magandang araw mga kababayan. This is Dante Klink Ang II, Chairperson of the Commission on Filipinos Overseas. The CFO is the government agency that helps Filipino immigrants prepare for a successful life overseas. Unlike other migrant-focused agencies, the CFO plays a unique role in strengthening the economic, cultural, and political ties between Filipinos overseas and the Philippines. Even before our kababayan leave for foreign lands, CFO equips immigrants with information and helps them easily integrate into their destination countries and prepares them to become successful ambassadors of Filipino culture and excellence. For us at the Commission on Filipinos Overseas, the global Filipino diaspora is an untapped resource beyond remittances, waiting to be unlocked for intellectual, cultural, and national growth. As we strengthen a fabric that connects the global Filipino community through various programs and initiatives, we transform the challenges of brain drain into opportunities of brain gain. The CFO seeks to nurture the strong sense of Filipino community across the globe, while also encouraging them to contribute to the nation's development. We thank Radyo Pilipinas for giving us this platform to the challenges and triumphs of migration and development. We hope that the global Pinoy will be made aware of the programs and services that empower them toward meaningful migration and pave the way to immigrant success. Tandaan, kabayan, para sa inyo ito, mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Narito na ang programang mag-uugnay sa mga Pilipinong naninirahan sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Serbisyong hatid ng Commission on Filipino Overseas at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Ang programang magtatampok sa mga proyekto at serbisyo publiko upang mapalakas ang ugnayan ng milyong-milyong Pilipino sa kanilang bansang pinagmulan. Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Tinig ng bayan, lakas ng katotohanan.
Himpapawid na may layuning paglingkuran ang mamamayan.
Sa bawat kwento may diwa ng serbisyo.
Sa bawat balita may puso at paninindigan. Ito ang
Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas.
Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Magandang araw Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao.
Magandang araw sa lahat ng Pilipino saan man sa mundo.
Ito ang tambalang
JK Magracia
at RK Peralta. Kayo po ay nakikinig sa Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas, handog po ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas at ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Ngayon ay Martes, August 12, 2025. Magtungo po tayo sa mga balita na may kinalaman sa mga ating overseas Pinoys.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Philippines to take center stage as guest of honor at 2025 Frankfurt Book Fair.
Cagayan de Oro Office of CFO now open.
CFO PMD holds training seminar for Balinkbayan partner LGUs.
CFO invites Filipino youth worldwide to join 2025 Youth Leaders in Diaspora program.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Filipino literature is set to make its biggest mark yet on the world stage. The Philippines will be the guest of honor at the 2025 Frankfurt Book Fair, the largest and most influential publishing event in the world. In an episode of the Chairman's Report, Commission on Filipinos Overseas Secretary Dante Klink Ang II spoke with the National Book Development Board Executive Director Charis Aquino Tugade about the historic milestone and the power of books to shape national identity and unite Filipinos worldwide. Secretary Ang said books are not just tools for learning, but vessels of memory, imagination, and identity, documenting stories, expressing values, and connecting generations. Aquino Tugade explained that the Frankfurt Book Fair is a right-selling market where authors and publishers from around the world sell the rights to their work to different countries. She noted that the Philippines will only be the second Southeast Asian country after Indonesia to receive this honor. The Philippine Pavilion will cover 2,000 square meters and feature over 120 creatives, authors, and illustrators, along with 50 publishing houses. The National Commission for Culture and the Arts will lead the cultural programming, while the NBDB will handle literary curation, with the 2025 Frankfurt Book Fair putting the spotlight on Philippine literature and the Book Nook program expanding both locally and internationally. The NBDB and CFO are united in their mission to uplift Filipino stories wherever they are or wherever they are read, written, or imagined.
In other news, the Commission on Filipinos Overseas has inaugurated its Northern Mindanao Extension Office at SM Downtown Mall in Cagayan de Oro City. The opening ceremony held Friday morning was led by CFO Chairperson and Secretary Dante Clink Ang II, together with special guest Cagayan de Oro City 2nd District Representative Rufus Rodriguez, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Rodriguez, and City Administrator Attorney Roy Raagas. Secretary Ang said the satellite office will provide real-time services for applicants in Northern Mindanao, allowing them to submit all necessary documents without the need to travel to Manila. During his speech, Secretary Ang cited President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.'s recent State of the Nation address, which emphasized the need for faster, more efficient, and overall better government services. He said, "As we open this new office in CDO, we are a step closer to achieving this goal." Secretary Ang added that the new extension office will bring the CFO's mandate and services closer to migrants, immigrants, and their families in Northern Mindanao, ensuring that they receive timely assistance and guidance for their journey abroad. He emphasized that the CFO remains committed to improving access to public service and upholding the welfare of Filipinos overseas, while strengthening ties with their home communities.
On the other hand, the Commission on Filipinos Overseas Project Management Division has conducted a 2-day capacity building seminar for partner local government units of Balinkbayan Project. The training, held from August 5 to 6 at the Cocoon Boutique Hotel in Quezon City, aimed to help partner LGUs ensure compliance with e-government system requirements and improve their technical skills in managing localized websites. It also covered best practices for creating secure and user-friendly platforms that will support migration and development programs, projects, and activities. The seminar was attended by representatives from LGUs in the National Capital Region, Calabarzon, and the Central Luzon. The Balinkbayan team announced that the regional trainings will soon be rolled out for partner LGUs in the Bicol region, Ilocos region, Western, Eastern, and Central Visayas, as well as the Mindanao region. The CFO reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening partnerships with local governments to provide better digital access and services for migrants, immigrants, and their communities.
The CFO once again is calling on Filipino youth across the globe to join its Youth Leaders in Diaspora, or YouLead program, a cultural immersion initiative designed to help young migrants rediscover their Filipino culture and identity. CFO Secretary Dante Clink Ang II said it is imperative for overseas Filipino youth to be aware of their other half of who they are and why they should be proud to be Filipino. The YouLead program offers participants an opportunity to reconnect with their roots, meet fellow Filipino youth in diaspora, foster a global network, and share unique experiences. The 2025 edition will run this December in Australia, coinciding with the Southern Hemisphere summer season. It will feature lectures on Philippine history and language, guided tours of scenic and historic sites, interactions with Filipino students, public officials, and indigenous communities, in participation in local cultural celebrations. Secretary Ang announced plans to work with the Philippine diplomatic post in Australia to implement the module, saying that the program will equip future leaders of Filipino diaspora with knowledge, network, and renewed passion for Filipino culture and heritage. The program is open to Filipino youth overseas age 16 to 25 years old. The participation fee is estimated at $850 covering accommodations, food, and activity costs.
Alamin ang mga serbisyong inihahatid ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Serbisyong CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Ngayong araw, tampok natin ang akdang The Overseas Fabulous Pinay, isang modern Filipinas handbook kung paano magtagumpay sa buhay abroad. Isinulat ito ni Donna Avellana Kunzler, isang award-winning author na may mahigit 2 dekadang karanasan sa global business at digital transformation. Ang libro ay gabay para sa mga kababayan natin, lalo na sa mga Filipina, upang maging handa, kumpiyansa at proud sa kanilang pinagmulan habang nagtatagumpay sa ibang bansa. Kamakailan inilunsad ito sa Pilipinas kasama ang Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Nakakita sa libro ang mahalagang kapanalig sa paghahanda ng mga migranteng Pilipino para sa isang matagumpay at makabuluhang buhay sa ibang bansa.
Sa ating mga viewers at listeners, iniimbitahan namin kayo na magpadala ninyong mga katanungan sa pamamagitan ng pagkomento sa ating Facebook Live at babasahin po natin ito mamaya lamang. Tayo ay kasulukuyang napapanood sa official pages ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service at Commission on Filipinos Overseas.
Ayan, so upang bigyan tayo ng mas malalim na paliwanag tungkol po sa librong ito, syempre pinaunlakan po tayo ngayong umaga ng ating espesyal na panauhin. Let's welcome Donna Avellana Kunzler, Filipino author based in Switzerland. Magandang umaga po at welcome po sa serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas, Miss Donna.
Magandang umaga, magandang tanghali at magandang hapon or gabi sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin at nakikinig. So I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. We're also happy to have you here, Miss Donna. Miss Donna, tama ba yung pronunciation ko ng last name mo?
Yes, tama yan. Kahit ako, I cannot. Hindi ko pa rin siya ma-pronounce properly.
Alright, ayan.
Ayan, so Ma'am Donna na lang po tatawag namin para mas safe, no? Una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat kami at pinaunlakan niyo po yung imbitasyon namin. At live pa po talaga tayo. So, nasisilayan po ng lahat ng inyong kagandahan lalo po. So, ano lang po, ma'am, para po sa mga tagapakinig natin, tagapanood natin na ngayon pa lang po kayo makikilala, maaari po bang ipakilala sa sarili nyo? At syempre, banggitin lang po natin yung ating inakdaang libro ngayon na promote
tsaka
natin.
siguro bahagi natin, Miss Donna, kung ano ba yung ginagawa natin ngayon. Ayan.
Ano ang aking ginagawa ngayon? So, Donna Avellana Kunzler. I was born in Bacoor, Cavite, born and raised in Bacoor, Cavite. And I actually have an accounting background. I studied in LaSalle. I'm a CPA. I worked here for a few years, and then in 2001, I went to Singapore. Not really intending to live abroad. Parang it just so happened by coincidence na nayaya ako ng ex-colleague ko. And then I enjoyed it. It was such a good experience that I extended, and now here I am 24 years later. I'm still abroad. Yeah, so I've been based also. I have lived in London, in US, and then in Switzerland, in Basel, and in Zurich. So right now I'm based in Zurich. I work for a Fortune 500 company called ABB, who is a technology leader for automation and electrification. I work in the robotics business part of the company. And now I do mostly process governance and digital transformation.
That's nice to hear, Miss Donna. So, punta naman tayo dito sa libro mo. Pakita natin sa ating mga tagapanood ang libro ni Miss Donna na The Overseas Fabulous Pinay. So, ano po ang nagtulak sa inyo na isulat ang The Overseas Fabulous Pinay?
So, actually, late bloomer ako. So, back in 2016, I got married. I was 38, coming to 39 at the time. And it was such a big milestone for me that I was doing a self-reflection. Parang, wow, I accumulated so many years of my overseas experience as a single woman that I thought like maybe I should, write a book, because I was also yearning to do something big, something with impact. So parang midlife crisis yung nangyari sa akin. But then I said like, okay, let's write a book. I wanted to write a fiction book. I'm a big fan of like the Shopaholic series, yung mga chick lit, di ba? Sa Sex and the City kind of thing. So
I'm Carrie.
Yes. So I started writing, but I'm not a trained writer. So I was having, what came out were all checklists and recommendations, which is second nature to me because I was an auditor for 16 years. So I only know how to like tell people what to do. So give them instructions or recommendations. So when that happened, I shifted to self-help. And then when I was researching, at first it was more of I was just writing for fun, diba, casually. And then I stumbled upon the statistics of about overseas Filipinos. At that time, it was about 1 million Filipinos go abroad every year. And almost half are women. So that was quite impactful to learn that. And I thought like, oh, this is somewhere where I could actually help. Because I have met these people along the way over the years. And you know what you hear in the news as well of them being victimized, all the social issues that they face. So I said like, I think there's something that I can do there. Because I saw two root causes of why these things happen. First is there's a knowledge gap of, what can they anticipate when they live abroad. Because totoo naman, di ba, a lot of our kababayans, talagang ang tatapang, they're so courageous, they go abroad first time, yung iba first time sa airplane and all. Right. And they really don't know, they don't know how to deal with foreigners, they don't know what to do. Parang medyo lost. Although I know right now may pre-departure seminar tayo, which is a great help. It's really a great help to our kababayans. But some, you don't know how meron pa ring instances that they don't go through the formal routes. Yes. Yeah, so that's also something that we have to account for. And then the second thing, na root cause I feel is there's also a lack of knowledge of who we are as Filipinos. Because normally we would be bucketed to one or two sectors. No disrespect to those two sectors, but we are such a diverse group of people. We have people from IT, you have people in the corporate world who are doing well. So I think those two. So I thought about this too, and that's how I came up with the book and really structured it in that way. So yun yung aim ko. Yeah.
Now, ma'am, based dun sa statement nyo na yan yung aim ninyo, meron ba kayong particular na story or instance na nangyari that really, parang yun yung nag-push talaga? Kasi of course, you're saying yung aim na, meron ba din yung parang talaga ma-relate na ng ating mga listeners na sitwasyon na nangyari o na talagang na-reflect naman sa libro natin. And of course, it is something na mapapakinabangan ng ating mga listeners din. Siyempre, lalo na yung mga may intention na mag-abroad po.
Marami. So, my book covers a lot of things from planning your move to the first 6 months when you land abroad, ano yung kailangan mong gawin. So, number one, very trivial, driver's license. Okay. So, kung hindi mo ni-research yung about the driver's license in your first 6 months, baka hindi ka mabigyan ng lisensya. And then you have to go through the whole program. Sa Switzerland, ang mahal. You have to, pag wala kang license, you have to go through the whole program, magle-lessons ka, mga 90 francs to 100 francs per hour, and then may test ka pa na theory, practical, you have to take the classes. It's such a hassle. Whereas kung alam mo na yung pala, if ginawa mo siya within the cut-off period, you don't need to go through that. Yung mga ganon. So parang, ano yung kailangan mong gawin in the first 6 months? That's one. Next, flat hunting. You would think it's so trivial. Ano yung mga kailangan mong i-watch out pag naghahanap ka ng bahay? Simple.
Paano pag may roommate?
Okay, kung may roommate ka, paano mo i-arrange yon? Yung simpleng bagay na, okay ba yung heating sa bahay na to? Hindi mo naiisip sometimes. Or paano ka mag-pack?
Yes.
How do you actually pack for moving abroad? Minimalist ka ba? Or sentimental person ka na marami kang, alam mo yun? So it's many things. And then financial literacy din. Marami tayong mga kababayan na ang tagal nag-abroad, walang napundar, diba? Puro sila, they help their families, which is all in well, tapos hindi sila makabalik kasi wala silang napundar. So that's something that I also cover there.
Yeah, that's right. So, I wanna tap Miss Donna kasi yung title kasi niya, parang it's really interesting, The Overseas Fabulous Pinay. So for you, Miss Donna, what does Fabulous Pinay really mean?
So when I was thinking of a title, I was thinking of Overseas Filipino workers, OFW. So I said, ano ba yung pwedeng malapit sa OFW? So I said overseas, Pinay kasi it's my story.
Right.
I did not do much research. Yun yung qualification ko sa book ko. That's why I said Pinay, because it's based on my story. And then yung F, I was thinking, wait, ano ba yung F? I thought of the word fabulous because yes, we are fabulous people. It's such a strong word.
Right.
I wanted to project a strong positive image of Filipino women.
Right.
And fabulous is wonderful. So yes, we are fabulous Filipinos.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I've been to different places right now, and I can say that Filipinos are the most fabulous people I've ever met. Yeah, of course. So, let's go to this part naman, Miss Donna. Noong book launch ninyo sa Pilipinas, binanggit ni Yusek Arlene S. Porha ng CFO na ang inyong libro ay pwedeng magsilbing complementary material sa mandato ng CFO. Paano po itututugma sa layunin ng komisyon tulad nung nabanggit natin kanina na pre-departure orientation seminar?
Definitely. Kasi di ba kayo, pinaprepare nyo yung mga tao, so what can they anticipate there?
Right.
I guess with my book, it covers a lot more from a personal experience, and it's something that you can go back to at whichever phase of your overseas life. Kasi hindi lang siya at the start. Even during in the middle, how do you actually make friends? How do you integrate into the culture? How do you assimilate?
Right.
And then how do you take care of yourself? So it's all encompassing. It's a very good complement talaga. And as I said, it's a handbook that you will go back to every now and then. It's not just a one-time read. Maybe you would think like, oh, now naghahanap ako ng trabaho, or okay, bago na naman yung workplace ko. What should I think about? Maybe I have it in this book. Yeah? Or may bago na destino ako sa bagong place. Ano pang kailangan ko dito para ma-integrate ako properly?
Right. Ayun. Attorney.
Yes, yung question ko lang naman, gusto ko rin itanong. In the course, siyempre, I understand na sinulat niya to based on your experience. Pero kayo ba, ma'am, during your time na nandun kayo, nagtingin ba kayo ng mga materials na something like this? Was it one of the reasons din kung bakit inisip niyo dahil walang ganyang material? Meron po ba na kayo na encounter ng mga books na kagaya rin po nito?
At the time when I was writing my book, naghanap ako talaga. Wala akong nakita na talagang for us, Filipinos.
Yeah. Meron general.
Merong a lot of general and normally place-based. Diba? Like Lonely Planet or, How to Live in Switzerland, How to Live in London, mga ganyan. But not something this sort of universal. And actually, my book has been read by non-Filipinos and they found it really useful as well. Because it's really for someone who is, living abroad, or even if you don't live abroad but you relocate somewhere, it's still applicable.
Right. Tsaka interesting siya because I've read actually the book already. And I love reading these kinds of books. And I can say na sobrang detailed niya, and I really, really love. There's a specific part that I'd like to share. May part kasi dito sa book, Attorney JK, na it was referring actually to an office setup abroad. And then, Miss Donna actually sang out loud a Filipino song. So, sabi ko nga, I think this is actually me. Because here in the Philippines, when someone sings in the office, like, we don't mind at all. Like, okay.
Baka may sumabay pa, no?
Right.
Exactly,
Yan, sasabihin ko, okay. Kasi alam mo, mga Filipinos, competitive pa yan sa kantahan di ba? But in this case, in this situation, there's really cultural awareness that, in their culture, it's kind of a bit disrespectful to, to practice these kinds of stuff. And, you should know this. Because here in the Philippines, it's a rule of thumb now, when someone sings, you sing with him or her. Di ba? But when you're in a different
place, kahit sa chorus ka nang sumabay, no?
And I think in Europe as well, there's like a tea time, right? Parang hindi ka talaga pwede mag-phone. You can also just like talk to each other. So these are the cultural things that we really need to know na dapat ma-apply din natin whenever we transfer to another location. Kasi it's kind of a bit rude when you like text your phone, right? Or you call someone while you're at a tea time. Pero here in the Philippines, that's the norm because I think we're the number one social media user in the world. So it's normal to use the phone when we're eating or drinking outside. So yeah.
Masyado mo kong iniinggit kasi actually, Ma'am Donna, nakapila pa lang kami sa paggamit ng book mo. Meron kay Yusek. So right now, you have Yusek's copy ba? Okay yung
kay Yusek.
So ano kami ng kopya nung, unless bigyan mo na ako.
Wow!
Pero Of course, yan, light side ng story ni Ma'am Donna nabanggit sa libro. Sa mga challenges naman, Ma'am, yun nga, inaamin ko, hindi ko pa nababasa, baka na-mention mo na sa book. Ano naman po yung mga particular na mga challenging situations na maaring nabanggit nyo na dito, na maaring maranasan din ng ating mga kababayan na may intensyong mag-abroad o andun na po?
Nice.
I think one important thing na na-cover ko sa book is how you conduct yourself in the workplace.
Right.
There are certain situations na, okay, meron akong like 5 rules of work dyan. Rule number 1, do your job. Diba? Okay, friendly mga Filipinos, we're always like warm, hospitable, very accommodating, pero are you doing your job properly? Number 1. So, yung mga tipong ganon. Or ano pa, what are we known for? Yung mga stereotyping. Diba? You should be able to harness to your advantage the good stereotypes. Diba? The good stereotypes. And then the negative ones, try to avoid them.
Right.
If they're saying Filipino time, come on.
Yes.
Diba? Wag na,
Yes.
diba? Hardworking, yes. Fun to be with, yung mga singing, yes, yan, paliksahan, yan. Ilabas mo yung mga talents mo, diba? May advantage yan. Or, promotor ka ng social gatherings, may advantage yan.
Tama.
Yeah.
Actually, ma'am, singit lang ako kasi we got questions from the Facebook Live. We have this viewer, Catherine Fernandez. Ang tanong po niya ay, paano niyo po na-overcome ang cultural adjustments at professional challenges sa inyong career abroad? A good question.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. You really have to learn, to research. As I said, meron namang mga ibang books dyan na focusing on the countries, on how the people are. Yep. And meron ding mga communities abroad that you can, find your tribe, basically, because you need to be with like-minded people where you can share and learn from each other. So, malamang yung mga challenges na you're encountering now, na-encounter na ng iba. Yeah, there's always the power of community. That is very important. You cannot live alone. Yeah. And challenges sa career, it's hard. It's hard to be an Asian woman in a very male-dominated world, and also, like myself, ang normal na challenge ko is people would think I'm still young. I'm in my late 40s, okay? So, pero anytime like there are new people coming and they would think like, oh, who's this junior person? It's like, and once you talk, syempre, they will understand like, oh, actually, she's a senior person and she knows her stuff, diba? So, you have to make sure that, you don't let people talk down on you. You make your voice heard. And that's how it is. Dapat marunong ka rin na, you stand up, you speak your mind, because then people will know what value you can bring. Yeah.
That's
Ang galing naman ni Ma'am kasi na-predict niya yung question ng isang isang viewer natin, si Angel Manyas. Ang sabi ni Angel, ano po maipapayo ninyo sa mga Pilipinong kababaihan na gusto magtagumpay sa ibang bansa, lalo na sa mga larangan daw na dominated ng ibang lahi o kasaril?
Ayun.
Medyo nabanggit nyo na yung
make your voice heard, diba? So, syempre yung 5 rules of work ko, do your job, yan. Dapat
5 rules.
5, hindi ko na maalala ko lahat it's been a while, but then
in the
nandyan
book,
nandyan lahat yan.
Wag, hindi namin talaga siya i-reveal kasi you need to get a copy.
Suspense, yes.
And yung pagkakasulat niyan, syempre may enjoy nyo rin, syempre, because very relatable, hindi very technical, di ba?
But you know what? I'm also a believer that Filipinos are very strong women. I mean, whenever we see women abroad, they are different. They are different workers. Alam mo yun? You know that they bring something to the table. And I think that Filipino, a man or a woman from Philippines, definitely a game changer yan.
That is very true. Yeah.
All right. So, may questions pa or are we good?
Parang wala na naman sa Facebook natin. Pero yung lang, yung mga excerpts ng libro natin, baka meron pa tayong mga nakaligtaan na parts, pero kasi gusto natin pakita mo ng libro.
Go ahead.
Gusto kasi natin na bumili sila. Pina-promote natin yung libro. Ma'am,
it's actually good.
Yes.
Yun, last words
yes,
natin.
of course. So, sa Pilipinas, you can buy it in Central Books online. And then they also have a shop in Shopee and Lazada. I have my website of fabpinay.com where you can get the ebook there.
Yun.
And if
that's
anyone
good.
is listening who's from abroad, it's available in all major online
Yes,
retailers.
yes.
Amazon, Waterstones, Barnes and Noble,
Oh, yeah.
whatnot. Apple, yeah. They're all there.
So, walang reason para hindi ka
Walang
makabili.
reason na
Ang
hindi ka
dami
makabili,
available.
yes.
No?
Right. So, Miss Donna, last message na lang to all of our listeners and viewers of Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Some inspirational words coming from you.
You know, living abroad is not easy. So it takes a lot of sparkle and grit. And actually, you can live fabulously. It's possible to to have a happy overseas life and be successful.
Ayun. So,
Napakamagandang mensahe niyo.
yeah. Oo, maraming salamat po, Miss Donna Avellana Kunzler, sa pagbabahagi ng inyong oras at kaalaman sa talakayan ngayong araw. Ayun.
Maraming salamat, ma'am. At of course, maraming salamat po sa aming mga viewers at mga tagapakinig po namin online sa Facebook Live po natin, sa Radyo Pilipinas at sa CFO page po. Maraming salamat po.
Alamin ang mga serbisyong inihahatid ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Serbisyong CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
At nagdaan na naman ang isang araw ng pagsasahim papawid para sa ating mga kababayan.
Sa bawat kwento, bawat impormasyon at bawat serbisyong hatid namin, layunin namin mapalapit ang gobyerno sa bawat Pilipino sa amang panig ng mundo.
Tandaan kababayan, basta't balita at serbisyong publiko.
CFO, kasama mo saan man sa mundo.
Hanggang sa muli, ito ang Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas.
Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.